Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to LoRC, the League of Ridiculous Conversations podcast.
Woo!
We're supposed to hydrate.
That I just fucking got here. Jesus.
Thanks Scott for that.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, Scott.
Damn it! Now I forgot what the fuck I was gonna say.
Was it to
Oh,
tell us
I thought-
about the previous thing you forgot about?
No, that's long
Oh.
gone.
Okay.
No, I thought Jordan was gonna do the intro that he did for a few weeks, which I honestly enjoyed. And I don't think I ever told you. I
No.
enjoyed.
No one ever
that.
said
Just-
anything about it.
Yeah, I don't think we did, but I genuinely enjoyed you doing that.
I don't remember
was-
this.
It was
That's
this
okay.
this is for the stream.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like Sunday
God, are
stream?
we all high tonight?
Steph,
Jordan, I
what's
feel
happening?
like I hear you from a different mic.
Do you?
I
Oh,
think so.
yes.
Do you? Do you?
It took me a
Do you,
second, but
do
then
you?
I was just like, no, I think I am hearing you from a different mic.
No, yeah, she is right.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Is
That
it
should be
the other
better,
mic?
right?
Doodle.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah, for whatever
Okay,
reason,
cool.
Discord decided to change it to my webcam.
Oh, that's,
That's
right.
what I thought. Oh,
Audacity
that's
made
what
a
it
lot of
sounded like.
choices for me this evening as well.
Oh.
But it's okay
no.
because the stream, my audio is fine, and for our recording, audio is fine. It's just
Right on.
Discord that's being weird.
Oh,
Interesting.
Well,
Discord is not.
then I assume no one else was worried but us.
Oh yeah, we're fine.
All right on. How was everyone's weekend? We had a big Saturday. What was everyone's like relaxation the next day, other than Leland, who unfortunately had to keep working?
Oh, I worked and
Yes.
I didn't do a damn thing. Read some comics.
Ooh, nice. You get to do that?
Occasionally, I will still read a comic book. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. Thought about everybody else having fun and sleeping in and doing things while I sat there.
Oh, I didn't even get to
miserable.
do
I
that at
absolutely
all.
did not sleep in.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I
I
did
slept.
not sleep in.
Nice.
I got up at 7 or
Ew.
6
I was up
to
at
give the
8.
dog or to give Sam meds, and like it was like that wake up where like I actually sat up with my eyes closed and felt like I could fall asleep again, but I had to force myself to go downstairs. And then as soon as I gave him his meds, I went back upstairs to sleep. Yeah.
I woke up at 8.
And then I woke up at
stayed
9. Yeah. Then I woke up at 9.
I was up at 8 as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
But then again, I watched
Oh.
I watched Across the Spider-Verse. I went home and played Street Fighter for like 3 hours straight. I just laid in
That's
bed.
fine.
I got
Only
in bed
3?
at
Okay.
8. Oh, I was very tired.
Yeah.
Fair.
It's-
Fair.
Are me and Jordan the only ones that went and saw the Spider-Verse?
No, I saw it yesterday.
Okay.
Yes, so I'm the only one.
Yeah, you're the only one.
Yeah.
Boo.
But I did
Hey,
piss.
You'll
rewatch.
watch soon.
I did rewatch the first Spider-Verse.
Okay.
Still
That's cool.
great.
Yeah,
Still a great
it's
time.
fantastic.
Yeah. Sunday, I just spent the day with my lady, and she'd never seen it, as we'd mentioned with other Marvel films. So I'm like, hey, I would like to see Spider-Verse. Would you want to, or this like the new one? Would you be interested in coming with me? She said, yeah. I'm like, okay. This one doesn't have 5 movies we'll have to watch first to understand the context.
Oh.
Just one.
Yeah.
So other than napping a bunch, rewatch that. I think. Oh, and I had pizza. I tried
Pizza.
jalapeno and pineapple pizza for the first time.
And
What did you think?
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the citrus and the spice kind of they mix
Yeah,
well.
they-
Yeah.
They work back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
I don't hate it. I wouldn't like turn my back on it at all. I think I'd still go like a sausage and pineapple first.
Oh yeah, that's good.
But it's certainly, you know,
Oh,
a
okay.
solid
Yeah.
option.
Well, there you go. I tried shabu shabu for the first time.
Ooh, how'd that go? I want to do it so bad.
It's you get a different kind of food coma. Like,
Okay.
I guess you can only eat so much soup that it's just
Anthony's
like
out.
Oh yeah, you don't like soup.
It's
Have you
got
done
things
Cape-
that
we had
Anthony
this
doesn't
talk.
like.
Have you had Cape barbecue?
Soup.
You-
Anthony doesn't like soup, nor does he like water. So two of those things, shabu shabu is just all of that. So
Nor does he like cooking his own food.
Yeah. So this is just an Asian cuisine that he is just going to be straight up racist about.
He's gonna be on the outside looking in.
I just think he wouldn't maybe enjoy it as much. I mean, the soup would have already thrown you out, but
Listen, I can envision a way that this works. One, fuck the broth. I don't bother with the broth. I'll
the
You
cook
need to
it.
cook
Eat
your
raw
stuff.
meat. You're
The
just
You need to
chop
cook your
it
stuff.
up.
That's hard.
You have to be able to cook your stuff.
Raw
Yeah,
meat
half of
and
it is
noodles. That's what this
frozen.
man wants to
Fine.
eat.
Cook it. Fine.
Crunchy as
I'm-
shit.
Okay,
I'm
that's
not
okay.
ingesting the broth. All right, we'll cook it in the broth. Fine. We'll
He wants his
whatever-
food wet, not soaked.
yes.
I
Ramen
mean-
is wet spaghetti.
But the broth is the best part. Wait, so I've gone with you for ramen. Do you
Yes.
not drink the thing?
I don't.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, you just fish
That's
around
why.
for
That's
the
why
stuff
when he
and then
leaves,
that's
he's
it?
so thirsty.
Yeah.
Man, even that man wanted to drink the broth from my
So-
soup. You don't even
that's
touch
right.
yours.
I tried to get you a broth that one day we were
You
there.
don't even touch your
That
soup.
was weird. He was like,
We
"Can I have
all
your
ate
broth?" You
ramen
were like,
together.
"We
We've done
don't know
this
you,
once.
sir."
I guess I never noticed if you drink your soup. I just
I-
assumed you would.
No, he does
Because-
not.
I just assumed he would as well because it's ramen, not soup. But apparently, in his world, it's all the same. So, like, yeah.
Ramen is technically soup.
It is technically soup. I understand that, but I
Yeah.
don't think of it as soup in my mind.
Yes, when he
You
hears
think of it
soup, he
as
thinks
ramen.
Campbell's.
Yes. Like
Okay.
tomato soup, chicken noodle soup, ramen. They don't go. I want ramen soup.
I
Yeah,
did pound
no.
a can of soup during the show on Sunday between segments.
And by pound, you mean cracked open? And it was still cold and chunkied.
Yes,
it
that's
out,
the
like-
only way he eats it.
Yeah, like
It
It was
needs
not cold. It was room temperature.
He's not unlike the cockroach monster from
Anthony,
Men in Black
there's-
1.
there's stuff that's supposed to melt in there. It's not supposed to be solid.
It's
yeah.
not preferred. It is perfectly safe.
We didn't
Yes,
say it
Scott,
wasn't
cereal
perfectly
is
Yeah,
safe.
we didn't say it wasn't, but oh yeah,
But it's not
yes,
called
cereal is
soup.
cold soup.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's all it
Cold
is.
soup.
Yes.
It's
No, cold
gazpacho.
soup is gazpacho or vichyssoise.
Cereal is cold soup. I will admit to that
Th-
fact.
therefore,
And yes,
cereal is gazpacho.
apparently.
I don't
Gazpacho,
like-
just Russian for cold soup, right? Well, like it's not a separate thing.
No, that's goulash.
Wait, so is rhubarb cold soup too?
No, it's a pie.
I only have a rhubarb pie.
They
Or
had
a
a
salad.
soup, remember?
yeah, they do
Never
have
had
a
a
soup.
rhubarb
At
salad.
Knott's. It was a
Yeah.
cold soup, and I
Yes,
was
the
just
rhubarb
like, "What is
soup
this?"
at Knott's. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of
It was
good though.
cold.
What was Jordan? What was it? You got the chicken noodle soup, and then what did you pour into it to make it like? Did you put like boysenberry jelly in the soup?
Oh, this sounds familiar.
Yes, I did.
Yes,
That's
yes,
right.
You did.
Okay, I
You're like, I
remember.
wonder.
I
and
vividly
then-
remember you holding it and then stirring and doing something with it. Like
Thank you for exposing the inner gremlin of mine to the podcast
You just want to
audience.
try a little sweetness.
Listen,
Sometimes it,
I'm having
it
soup
adds
out of the
stuff.
can, so we're comparable.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
It
a
was really
goblin-
delicious.
I
I liked it. It
I
was
don't-
good.
don't think that's a goblin creature move. I think that's someone who wants to enjoy their chicken noodle soup with a little boysenberry.
With a little
Like,
sweetness.
The
Yeah.
boysenberry on the
I think
side.
that would work.
yeah.
Oh, but if I
Because-
stand over the trash can with an open can of soup and eating it
Well,
with
that's
a spoon,
different.
I'm
That's-
a goblin.
You keep adding
that's very
levels to it.
goblin-like.
There was not a trash can mentioned in the beginning of this. Now we have a trash. No,
He's
am I?
sta-
Hold on.
he's
Hold
sta-
on. Hold on.
I don't think a goblin thinks, "Oh, this is a bit salty. Let me add something sweet to it."
Am I a goblin when I stand over the sink and eat my breakfast?
Everyone's a little
Yes.
goblin-y if you're eating something over a thing.
Look, it would
The
take
one time
it
you
would
told
take
you told me
Not
you
longer.
had a
over a
fork and
table.
slate.
It's a little goblin-y.
It would take longer for me to walk to my bedroom, sit down, eat it, than to just finish it there and then clean the dish and go about my day.
Yeah. And we were between segments, and I needed food quickly, so I wasn't gonna bother heating it up or
So-
doing
Doesn't
any of
even
that.
take
So he's
that
just
long.
he's just
2
hovering
minutes
over.
of your life.
He's just hovering over the trash can, shirtless.
you have
just
a-
downing Campbell's straight from
do
the
you
can.
have a
Just
microwave?
Yes, I own a microwave.
Okay.
Yeah,
Don't put the
microwave.
can in the microwave.
Yeah,
no,
don't do
I'm not an idiot.
No,
They
he's
have
not, he's
ones
not
you
that
could.
dumb.
And I'm still questionable about the metal ring that they have on the microwavable can.
What?
What?
Have you
Oh,
ever
yeah.
seen the microwavable Campbell's can, like the to-go cups?
Some of
There's
them.
still a metal ring on it that you.
It's
I feel they
how it's
tested it.
prepared.
Yeah, I know, but it still makes me uneasy. I still
Sure.
see it and go, "This could be a problem," and then I continue to put it
We-
in and walk
Yeah,
away.
we went like 20 years of microwave technology,
Be gone for
and they
3
said
minutes.
don't do it, and now we can because
Oh.
now they say we
This-
can.
This
It's
could be
science,
bad,
everybody.
but I'm going to put it in here anyway.
I'm just gonna walk away really fast.
Just assume it's a different kind of metal that is microwave safe.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's aluminum. Mama.
yeah. Less
Aluminium?
Aluminum.
Aluminium.
Aluminium.
Anyway, I would be down to try shabu shabu. I'm just
Oh,
not gonna
yeah.
be drinking the broth, and I'm gonna make someone else cook it for me. So
Let's try this one
There.
time.
So, okay, question. Now, I
That'd be
know we've
fun.
discussed this before, so you can make this a quick answer. So when we go to eat Korean barbecue, you will eat that, but you'll just pick from, let's say, for example, I will have already put it on the little hibachi, and you'll just take it off.
When it's cooked.
sounds like a plan to me.
Got it. Just clarifying for future endeavors. What's up?
Wait, have you never been to Korean barbecue?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, God, no.
You
Are
have.
kidding? I love Korean barbecue.
Okay, yeah. I was like,
Okay.
you have.
Oh,
Anthony
no.
has it.
No, I want the
I
fucking. I wish they had the thing that just
I
did
haven't with y'all.
like where it's like red, and I can turn it over to green. It says just bring me all the meat,
Mm.
and then I can
Oh,
be
you
like,
have
no,
the
it's too
little
much
button.
meat.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Meat,
Yeah.
please.
No, just like the waiter or waitress comes by and they like, you need more meat? We go yes,
Yes.
and pineapples.
Mm.
You've had Korean
Oh,
barbecue where they had
are you
pineapples?
thinking?
Oh yeah, they put the you can grill
what
the
is it called?
pineapples
Oh,
with
I've
the
never-
Jordy,
with
what's the place
the
the
you ordered
Hawaiian
called?
teriyaki
Fogo de
flavored
chao?
chicken or meat. Yeah, and you just throw
Fogo
it
de
on the side.
chao. Is that what you're thinking of, Leland?
I don't know what those words mean.
That's the one where the meat's already
These
cooked
two have only said
they
it
slice
1,000
it
times.
in front
I know,
of you.
I just don't remember what the.
And the pineapple, you mentioned everything. I think that's Fogo de chao.
Well,
The
it's
Brazilian
just-
steakhouse?
well, no, they do that there too.
Oh, okay. Oh, I haven't seen that
I mean,
one.
pineapples are all around the world, Steph. They can have them.
I know,
in
but
any-
I don't see pineapples at my K barbecue place.
Look,
Did you
I
ever
asked
ask?
for
I mean, this is
I
LA.
asked for
I don't
pickled
know.
radish
Everything's a
and,
fusion fucking thing up here.
radish paper. I asked for
Korean pineapple
kimchi,
fusion.
a scoop of potato salad, japchae noodles.
Is
that right?
Excuse me, food concierge. Can I please have a pineapple?
Excuse me, sir.
I mean, they don't
Pineapple,
bring me
please.
a
Can I have
full
a
pineapple
scoop
and
of
make me cut
potato
it.
salad?
They bring out slices. They bring out the rings.
We'll make you cut it and grill it yourself.
Well, if they don't, we have a professional pineapple hollower here on the
Oh,
podcast.
yeah.
That's true.
You have your
So-
Oh,
tools.
sure, I'll just
Leland is-
bring that with me.
He's the hollow
Leland is
man.
trained.
I
Yeah.
would. I would in a Ziploc bag.
It's not the most easiest item to use. It's very
I'm sure
messy.
you gotta like really. Okay.
And they don't. And here's the kicker with it. I've not talked about this on the podcast. When you hollow it out,
You can
they
fuck it
neglect
up.
to tell you there's like a cylinder of pineapple in the middle of the pineapple.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. But the hollowing is not intended for the drinking. The hollowing is just to
Oh.
get the meat out of the pineapple. So after I have to stick my hand in there and try to like wiggle around a fucking pineapple dick and break it off, and so I can drink out of it. I usually have to take a real sharp knife and go at angles and get it, and it's still got a little bit at the bottom.
The hard center?
Yeah, the hard center.
Yeah, the hard center.
Yeah.
I feel like that should remove that.
It does not.
No, I don't think it will.
No,
it's real hard.
Yeah, it does not remove that. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
It just goes in there and like cuts up the guts and then nothing.
It just
Well,
sections it, right?
You squeeze it, you twist it, and then I pull it out, and I've got all the rings.
Somebody gift that for me.
This. So I pull out the rings, and then I've got like a hollow pineapple with a pineapple penis, and then I gotta cut around it.
Center.
That's his
I
other
get
other
it, a
Instagram
pineapple
account.
dick because it's literally
Pineapple
right
penis
there.
is my other Instagram account. Yeah.
Got it. I see it. Okay.
PPP, pineapple pierce penis. That's just how we keep it real. That's actually my OnlyFans.
It's also a special move.
It's my OnlyFans, but all it is me literally taking pineapples and gutting them.
I feel like someone would watch that.
Now he's just doing it on purpose.
I know. Cody, where are you? Oh, good times.
So yeah, Saturday, you guys were all busy. So Sunday, you saw a movie. I saw a movie on Monday. All right, cool.
I saw a movie on Monday. Had shabu shabu. That's really it.
I don't feel like you finished your show story at all.
Oh,
yeah. Did you enjoy it?
Oh yeah, no. It was really good, but you get a different kind of food coma, like.
That's
like a very relaxed food coma.
That's what the original subject was.
Yeah.
So it's more of a body high food coma.
Yeah, like you would really want, like, when you eat too much K barbecue and you're like, oh god, I'm so full, like I just want. Well, actually, it's gonna sound the same because after that, it was just like, oh man, I could really sleep right now. It's just very cozy. Hot soup makes you cozy.
I just got you.
Yeah.
Okay. It's that sodium. It makes you sleepy.
I feel like next time I would. I don't know how to explain it because it was my first time. I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
But okay, so everything pretty much they have like what looks like the one that I went to. It has like what looks like a buffet. Like they have like just like 2 areas and everything's kind of like fresh and or frozen. So like you want like like some mussels or like a lobster ball or a fish ball or a roe ball or like different kind of
balls.
like and then like if you
so
want
many
like
ball-shaped foods
I guess
here.
some squid rings I guess in there too,
and
or
squid balls.
if there's like certain vegetables you want,
Vegetable
balls, choy or like
choy balls,
like Napa cabbage, and pretty much you just have this plate of everything, and then in the center, I forgot what it's called. It's like an induction stove. Is that? It has one of those induction stoves, and then it just has like a hot pot with a little separator, so you could get 2 flavors of broth. I believe we got a pork tonkatsu on one side, and then like a garlic something on the other side. But like at that bar, they'll have like different types of noodles. I'm big on udon noodles, so I got one of the udon noodles, and it seriously just looks like a little squared like freaking noodle cake, if that makes sense. And you just get this hard block, you put it on your plate, and then when you're at the table, that's where everyone puts their stuff in their soup. The thing is, everything gets mixed in that soup. So if you're looking for something specific, or if you're taking turns or whatever, your stuff might get lost in the soup. Because everything gets mixed.
Yeah.
So it's just like, let's say I wanted udon noodles and you wanted the regular ramen noodles. We would have a mixture eventually, unless we portioned them on different sides.
So
of the
kind of
pot.
it's hot pot.
Yeah, essentially. Because I know.
Does that mean you can put something in between the pot to cook one side is different?
Yes.
Well, yeah, that's why they have like the different broths. They have a divider. So one of the sides
that's
was like the
cool.
garlic one, and then the other one was the pork tonkatsu. I believe we all really enjoyed the pork tonkatsu broth.
But
Yeah,
not so much the
pork.
garlic one.
Yeah, the garlic one was good, but the other one just had more flavor.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But
'Cause those pigs got all the flavor.
and another so like they'll give like a deep spoon for the broth, and then they'll give another spoon that has like the little strainer thing, so you can kind of like fish for your meats and stuff, and then pour it. Eventually, we started having like a plate of already cooked stuff, and then you just pick at that plate because everything's just gonna get too overcooked, or there's no
You
room
meant
in the
a
bowl.
ladle and a colander, right?
Yeah. Is that what it is? Yeah, a ladle. Yes, a ladle. The big deep spoon.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a
Yes.
ladle. And then you're kind of talking about like a colander.
Yeah, the
Sort
one
of.
that had that like.
That's like a screen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like one of those. It has like the little 6 holes or whatever. Yeah. Good experience. I know the first time me and Jordan almost tried to eat there once. I remember me and you walked in, looked at the menu, didn't know what to do, and we decided to eat somewhere else.
Plus, it was
because we didn't
very
know-
expensive.
Yeah, and it was very expensive. I think this one you had to pay for each individual thing. Like, hey, I want greens. No.
A lot of
That's-
money to be cooking
yeah.
yourself.
But it is all you can eat. But like, to be honest, I don't know how much soup you can eat.
A lot.
A little.
I mean, I'm sure, but yeah,
If
was
there's
a
meat
good time,
involved, I'm like a black hole for meat.
it'd be fun to do that on like a cold day again. I'm down. And then this time I'll know exactly.
Oh, I really
How to
want
portion
some ramen
everything.
now. That's
Mm,
Yeah, I got a ramen craving earlier today too. I may have to make
ooh,
that happen this week.
yeah.
yum!
Mm-hmm.
Ramen's delicious. It's fun. I really like when they give you a steamed egg.
I don't.
I could do without the egg.
I know you
I
don't like
eat
it. That's
the
why
egg.
it's more egg for me. It's fine.
I eat the egg. I at least eat the egg whites. The yellow
Oh, I
of
love
the
the
egg
yolk.
texture wise is
The jammy egg, fucking delicious.
I don't like
Fucking
when
great.
you say it that way for some reason.
That's it's called the
I-
jammy egg. The jammy
like
egg.
it.
Jammy egg?
I like it
Yeah.
too, Steph.
Oh, so good. Delicious.
I will sometimes just use the chopsticks to just fuck up the yellow part until
to
it's just
just
mixed
kinda-
in with everything else. That way I don't gotta
Sense.
deal with it and I don't have to feel the
The gummy,
guilt.
yeah.
the guilt of like it laying there floating in the broth. Like, nope, you're dispersed amongst all this flavored water.
I mean, it'll
but
sink down to the bottom. You'll never see it.
I won't because I don't drink the broth.
You don't drink the broth.
There's a lot down there I
true.
don't see. All the MSG and salt crystals accumulating at the
That's
bottom.
All the
That's
delicious.
Oh, so good. Oh, yum.
I'm not saying y'all shouldn't. I'm just saying I prefer not to.
You just said you
Fair.
wouldn't.
Yes, I say a lot of things.
Oh. Yeah.
Sometimes one thing is funnier to say than the other thing.
I like a good spicy miso ramen. That one's
Mm.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
But,
I like
but
I
that
like the miso
one,
taste.
that one with black garlic ramen at Nishiki.
Nishiki,
Oh,
yeah,
it's great.
the notorious
really good.
Everybody
GGG,
hungry.
Yeah.
or the black sesame, or no, I think it's like the black garlic.
yeah, whatever that was. Great.
That thing's good. That one's really good. Francis, fool me.
I assume that's
Human
Gilme.
consciousness. Consciousness.
I think it's dope that we all have it.
Or do we?
As far as we know.
I need a definition, or I'm gonna Google it.
Consciousness.
Oh, okay. I feel like, yeah, I'm conscious of myself. Is that how I'm supposed to answer that?
Yep.
It's an answer. All right. Like speaking to that, like the good prompt, Francis. How often? Because I assume with this group particularly, it's happening multiple times. But do you ever just kind of get stuck in your own head of like, I don't know if any of this really exists outside of my own brain. There's no way of knowing.
Oh no, I know that things are outside of my brain, and it's not good that I know that.
How? How do you know that?
Because if I hear a noise, like someone talking to me, and there's no one in the house with me, I know that's in my head.
Or there's someone in the house you weren't
Or
expecting.
there's someone in the house.
No,
How do
no.
you know?
Yeah, no.
I know. I
How do
always
you
I
know
check.
any of that?
Yeah.
How do you know any of that? Because everything is perceived through the filter of your mind.
Sometimes you gotta go outside of your brain.
I
You
feel like I
can't,
get
though.
these moments when I'm like, I'll admit I've gotten this moments when I'm like really, really high, because then I'll start really, really, really thinking about stuff, and then I'm just like, no, I'm like, a lot of the questions is kind of just like, no, it sounds weird if I say it now, but like when you really think into it, I'll see something and I'll be more focused on how did someone make that thing. So like if I see a building and I'm like, oh, look at the architecture, I'm just like, who was the person who built this architecture? And how did they make that? Or if I see a machine, I'm more focused on who was the person who made this machine and who are the people who made the tools that made this machine work? And then I spiral that way. Is that the same thing of what we're talking about in the sense of like consciousness?
Sort of.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
no, Francis, you're bringing in some finally not food talk. It's probably a breath of fresh air.
No, it's not.
You mentioned in our comment section that we become too self-aware and nature created an aspect of nature separate from itself. That I would agree with you. Whether it is good or bad, I think is subjective. We do not fit very well in nature. We've become too arrogant to fit into a balance with nature, and that's certainly a problem. But we also like created art and drop D tuning and other cool stuff.
It's true.
So I think that is I don't know. Never having really thought about it a bunch. At the very least, it seems like if there was some kind of design to it, an interesting experiment. Otherwise, just a interesting one-off of a mutation to develop consciousness. So, like the self-awareness that we have. I think all creatures are conscious to some level.
Man, this episode took a weird turn.
I know.
Yeah.
3 minutes ago, we were boiling
We're talking
meats
about
in waters.
soup.
We were talking about soup, and I don't agree with it. And now it's like, you know what really is interesting about the mind and the mindscape? I'll never see it the way you see it.
It's
And
true.
I don't know if any of you actually exist.
Also true.
I mean-
In your mind, you created a black dude with dreadlocks who has so much anime shit behind him, and you
That
think
you have to
yeah.
censor it.
that I have to censor it. You made all that up in your mind. Then you have the greatest mind ever.
No, it's that the mind is doing more than you perceive that it possibly can. I want to talk. I've never mentioned this about your posters, since you put them up, and I've not mentioned this on podcast or off podcast. But I find it to be silly, Jordan,
Mm-hmm.
one of my very dearest friends,
Who may
I
or may
find
not
it-
exist.
who may or may not exist.
I may just be
find
a
it
construct
very
of your mind.
silly, very possible, that you put up posters that you then censored for this show instead of putting those posters elsewhere. Because the first time you did it, I thought maybe you worked some kind of magic where that was a censor only visible through the
Oh,
computer.
through
Like
the stream
yeah,
and stuff.
like you
Yeah.
strategically placed some things in your background on a transparent screen, and so if you turned around, you would see the art in all of its glory. But no, after time, I've realized no, you just literally put like sticky notes over
no
some.
tape. I see it.
Yes, I can see the reflection. of it.
It's tape and paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like that seems silly to me. I would have just put them elsewhere where I didn't have to censor them. And for 3 shows a week, for just LORC, this is the only video one.
Yeah.
So for one show, for 2 hours, you found that you should censor it. I don't know
Yes.
what's under there. I don't know what these images are. But but instead of just putting other things there, putting that stuff in other places, you spend the whole week, because you don't take those censors off.
No.
They are always in the same exact place.
Yep.
So it is essentially just part of the art now
Yep.
to you.
Yep.
And I find that silly, my bud.
It's so funny to me. That's why I keep it up. It's just really funny to me that I have these
get
wall
it.
flags that I have censored.
Francis is helping us get existential again. But I for the audio, do you guys think we are things that labor under the illusion of having self and what is that word, Jordan? Asseration?
Accretion.
Accretion? I don't know
Accretion.
what that word is. That's honestly the first time I've ever seen that word. Of sensory experiencing and feeling, programmed with total assurance that we are each somebody when in fact everybody is nobody. That's impossible.
Hey,
I have no significant stance on that at all. And you are definitely way more educated than at least I am on that concept.
I don't think it matters.
Yeah, there is that.
It-
Understanding a simplistic version of those things, it's kind of irrelevant where you land.
If it's real or not, who cares? It doesn't matter. Will not affect our lives at all. At all. So it doesn't matter. Don't even worry about it.
Whether Leland, my best friend of 24 years, is in fact real or a total figment of my imagination, as would the rest of the world be, is irrelevant because I don't have the perception to understand the
In
difference.
this moment in time, I'm the realest motherfucker you ever know.
yeah.
Leland out here always trying to ice skate uphill,
Mhm.
conversation wise.
I'm not that deep, so
I've
next.
never read a book on any of this.
No.
Most philosophical like education I get is through like fiction. Like through the subtext or straight text in comics and movies, stuff like that is where I've like developed, I'd say, the majority of philosophical education that I have, which I'm sure makes some of it wrong, but
Or better.
I've always wanted to take a
Maybe.
philosophy class.
It could be fun.
Could be.
When I think of philosophy, I think of that episode of Community. I think when they were just talking about philosophy, right? Is that the
Yeah.
one?
Yes.
Is that what that guy when he? Actually, no. I think I'm mixing up episodes. I think I'm mixing up philosophy with the one where
Conspiracy
it was
theory?
just like be in the moment.
Oh.
Be in the moment. That was a different.
Well, I mean
episode,
the carpe diem stuff, that is a philosophy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
similar to the hit Jim Carrey movie Yes Man.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah. I saw that in theaters.
Well, someone had to.
How was that, Steph?
I think I
Do you
watched
remember
it.
that experience at all?
I think I watched it at the Miramar movie theater on base.
Oh.
When
For
it
a
was
second,
like
I'm like,
$3
Miramar had a
movies.
movie
I
theater?
think that's when we went.
How much were the movies again?
It was like $1.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I remember watching Lord of the Rings for $1, and then watching Lord of the Rings 2 for $1 too. Yeah.
I forgot what movies I watched on base.
Yes.
Leland,
Oh.
remember the Kokorian?
Yes.
Where it
Kokorian.
was this cheap movie theater in El Cajon that weekly was
Oh.
Also a crime scene, but
God.
movies were all $2.
Weekly?
hmm
various levels of crime, not
Yeah.
always serious.
Oh,
Do you
okay, it was
remember-
just like, hey,
do-
it's Tuesday, crime.
Do you
o'clock.
remember the El Cajon Boulevard Pussycat Theater that was turned into the Family Theater? Yes, these
No.
are all facts. Yeah, so we had there. El Cajon had a straight up Pussycat Theater back in the 80s, and it had like it was called the Pussycat Theater, and it had like a woman on the top of it, like a neon sign of a woman with a hat with tits and a kitty cat tail, and it was a porn theater.
When did that change?
I think the mid 80s is when it went away, and
okay.
it got turned into the Family Double Feature Theater.
Oh, I found
So for
it.
$3, you could go and see a double feature. No, but they did not change the insides, so it still always looked
Sticky.
like a gross
no.
theater. And they did not like refurnish the bathrooms, so it was always
Extra sticky.
it just felt gross, but you didn't think about that too much because for $3.50 you could see 2 movies.
I'm not sure like what theater you're actually talking about. I mean, I
That's
don't get to
okay.
California until '89, so that is absolutely.
Oh well, then this
outside
is
my range.
totally yeah. Because
So yeah, even the family theater, I don't know.
we did a double feature, me and my dad, of RoboCop 2 and Total Recall once.
Oh,
Hell
dude,
yeah.
that's
Oh,
awesome.
wow.
Did you guys see the RoboCop game that they're making?
Yeah, I saw that they were making one.
You were literally just RoboCop shooting dudes and
Yeah.
solving
Oh my
crime.
god.
But do you get extra points if you shoot him in the dick? That's the real question.
That's a critical hit. No more headshots. Only dick headshots.
That's the only thing I'm aiming at.
Leland like that. You can see him grinning a little bit.
It's funny.
Steph, what are you
Like-
looking up?
I looked it up. Yeah,
What,
it was
looked
on
what
Main
up?
Street.
The Pussycat
Oh,
Theater.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
she's on that.
Pussycat Theater was on, Main Street.
Main
Vintage
Street,
San
yeah.
Diego El Cajon Theater. So it showed what it looked like, and it says El Cajon, and it says Pussycat, and it has like the same thing. And then I guess when it turned into a family theater, they just made the colors just a little darker and just kept the El Cajon. It
Called it the
just-
Kitty Cat Theater.
and yeah, there. El Cajon Theater. Interesting. Completely
local
gone by
history.
92.
I mean,
okay.
I mean, yeah, the Krikorian. I spent. Okay, before it became a crime scene weekly, the Krikorian was just a regular theater. For $6.50 to $8 a movie, and then as the big movieplexes and Grossmont and stuff
Once
started
Regal
taking,
shows up
once
in the
they started
Parkway.
taking over, then the Krikorian got downgraded to like the low rent theater. And honestly, I stopped going there because they didn't play the good times, and honestly, I didn't want to get shot. So it was just easier to just go to the other theater. It was gross. It got gross.
I saw
I'm reading
Matrix
it.
there.
Like no one
Few
took care of
times.
it.
Someone
'Cause
said, oh, go ahead.
You're not
Oh
wrong.
no, go ahead.
It said, spent Saturdays there in the late 50s. Double features cost 25 cents and a dime for snacks. Parents could get rid of my brother and I for half a day. Can't believe all the movies they sent us there to watch. I was 6, my brother was 13. We ran all over the theater. It's just like random stories of like people.
I assume that was before it became the porn theater.
Yeah. Someone said
So
I only knew it as the
respectable
Pussycat
theater.
Theater.
Yeah.
Sex work theater,
Yeah.
then family theater.
And someone put Linda Lovelace on big screen. 2021 would scream bloody murder. Yeah, it's just. Oh, no, the Kikorian 8. So it was an 8. Yeah,
it was the
Kikorian
8.
8. Yeah.
Saw The Lion King and several other movies there.
Oh wow.
Interesting.
This is so boring for anyone who's not from this part of the town.
I-
so-
It's still just interesting.
I feel other people may have like a relatable story compared to it, like
Sure.
the theater, the cheap theater you'd go to and see movies at when you're young.
Yeah.
Someone said there was a smoking room and a crying room.
I remember the crying room. Yeah.
Oh, for the babies?
For the babies, yeah.
Oh, okay. That
Which
makes a lot more sense.
I think is, and I honestly think that is something that should be brought back.
But it's
I've only
all for
seen a
adults
crying
now.
room at church
Yeah.
No,
when I was a kid.
I'm just saying in general, take your kids and go in the other room.
in the crying
If
room.
they're not old enough to sit through Spider-Man and they have questions, can get the fuck up and leave, which that bitch did.
Go to the early shows. That's what
Yeah.
they're for.
They have specific
I
shows
did.
for babies, I think.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the
Oh.
people with kids.
No, this was clearly a grandmother who did not know what to do with her
Oh.
4-year-old grandson and was just like, well, I'll take him to Spider-Man.
Oh, it's an animated
Because-
movie. That's for children.
Sure, it's a cartoon,
Oh.
a 2-hour and 30-minute cartoon, and then they made it 20 minutes in, and they were like, we're leaving. I was just like, good.
Oh.
This ain't for you.
Yeah, there was a kid in our theater, like a little girl. She had to be like 3 or 4.
Shouldn't be
And
there.
The I think the parent went up and I think they were trying to go to the bathroom or something. And I could see her reaction in the light of he's like, this parent
Freaking
is
out.
leaving me. I'm with another parent, but they're leaving. And I was like, she's gonna scream. I know it. I was just waiting. She didn't scream, thank goodness, because the other parent came along. But I was
Okay.
waiting for it to
I'm
just
concerned they were
be
leaving a child
crying
alone.
and screaming.
That's what I assumed she was
and-
doing
yeah,
too.
No. Yeah, she real close. I saw it. I was just like, she's doing that like the hand movement of like you're
The panic.
yeah. I was just like, oh god, no, don't ruin this for me, please. That was another thing. Okay. Okay, so like when it comes to, I don't know how it is for you guys in like your theaters, but like example, Regal. So I have like the Regal Pass, but even if you don't have the Regal Pass, just using, Regal app to like get seats, for the most part, I guess Regal has this thing where like you can't sit next to a empty seat or something like that. It's
What?
weird. Like, yeah, I don't know, it's weird. Sometimes they'll say
In-
that, like,
I've only had that happen when I've tried to see like the big blockbuster movies.
oh, okay, yeah.
Immediately, like the first like weekend or first couple days. That way, because now that you're given the option to choose your seats,
Yeah.
everyone would probably put an empty seat in between.
In between people, of
And then
course.
But then that is a waste of a bunch of seats that cannot be sold because other people are looking for 2 seats or more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like,
it becomes wasted seats.
Go back. I'm confused.
so like sometimes like it'll say like you can't sit next to like if you have an empty seat next to you, it'll make you like kind of choose to sit next to someone. And I was just like, I don't want to be that person that just chooses to sit next to someone. Like I'd rather be by myself.
No, I've never
like-
seen that. It's
Yeah,
never
it's
had
weird.
that to me.
Sometimes
only happened maybe
it'll
once
do
or
it.
twice to me.
I've seen
Really?
it.
Yeah.
So we went to like a 5:00 showing. We went to a 5:00 showing at, like after work, and when I booked the tickets, it was still like fairly empty. I think there was only like 5 people in the theater, if not 3. And then when we got to our seats, it was just like a line of 7 kids. And I was looking at my number, and I would have sat right next to those kids. And I was just like,
No.
I'm not doing this. And I sat 2 seats away. And I was just wondering if someone would be like, hey, you're in our seats. And I'd be like, well, I don't want to sit right there. Like, I didn't want
Yeah.
to.
Oh,
One,
no, I
didn't
would
want
have
them to ruin
seen.
my experience. 2, not that I'm saying they're all going to, but they were like, this kid was on his phone. And I was already just like, put your fucking phone away.
No, Steph, I would have looked at them, went back out of the concession stand, said, I want to
and
change
asked
my
to
seat.
move. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we
I don't want to
moved.
sit near kids
Yeah.
because I'm a goddamn adult and I actually paid for this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to watch
Yeah.
the animated Spider-Man like a man.
That movie ain't for kids.
It is not.
No. Yeah.
The worst
but-
movie going experience I had is when we were still doing the reviews, was I was sitting in one of the theater by myself. I'm doing my thing. I'm
Okay.
next to 2 people I don't want to be next to, of course.
Yeah.
And there's like a kid 2 seats away from me, and I'm in the middle. And then I don't know what happened, but I remember food started getting passed to me. Like, and I had to pass it on to like someone
Oh
else.
my God, how rude.
And I was thinking, like, I don't want to be involved with this. This has nothing to do with me. And then
Yeah.
at one point, like I
I
just
would
handed
never
it to the
have
kid
anyone
next to me,
random
and the kid was like,
touch
"Well,
your
this isn't
food.
mine." I was like, "Well, it's not mine. I don't." Movie.
Just keep it going.
Keep it fucking going. I don't know. And then the concession stand guy got irritated with me. He's just like, "Sir, why don't you pass it down?" I was like, I don't want to be involved with this. It's like,
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I got up and left. I was just like, you pissed me off. Like, you ruined my movie. Like,
Sorry.
fuck your face. Like,
Yeah, that's
I'm like, I don't want to have the spotlight on me at all. I want people to ignore me completely. And what did you do? You made me involved with this kid. And I don't like kids. I don't want to talk to children. I don't even like that it's next to me. And now you want me to feed it like I'm supposed to take care of it. Fuck this. It's not my responsibility.
I think Anthony said, "What movie was this?"
Yeah, what
you
movie
remember.
was this?
I don't want to tell you.
Why not?
Okay.
Because he'll be like, it's a cartoon, Leland. And they'll be like, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
no,
but, like,
no.
even the
That-
no,
not at all.
It
I'm
doesn't change
I
the
just
fact
really
of
want
the
to know.
situation.
It was one of those, I don't know, DreamWorks animated features.
I won't say
Oh.
anything. I won't say anything.
Yeah, but Anthony's
it
nice
Boss
to me. He
Baby?
likes kids, so he would protect a kid. I was gonna say a little girl. We have a young woman.
We have a little girl.
Yeah, newsflash, I adopted a little girl and I hate her. No, we have a kid. She's probably sophomore. I don't know what age
I don't know age of
a sophomore would be. She comes in, well, school's out, so I don't got to see her for the next
16.
3 months. Thanks God. But
15,
like,
16.
so every day after school, she comes into the store and sits on my sofa and waits for her dad to text her
can't do
outside so she goes out. Now, why she feels she can do this is because my boss knows the dad. They're friendly. They're not friends. They're not like even they just know one another.
Yeah,
But
you're not a
she's been
babysitter.
doing this, and I asked the boss, I'm like, what's up with this? He goes, I don't like it either. I'm like, because now it's our responsibility.
Yeah, now you're liable.
I'm like, now I'm liable for this person who has walked into my store because she's underage and she sits on my couch. And if something should happen to her, now I have to be involved.
Yeah.
I don't want to be involved with this. Unless she
fair.
comes in and says, help me, someone's chasing me, there's a gun.
Yeah,
then
of
that's
course,
a
of
different
course.
subject. I will, of
It's a different
course, call
story.
the cops or get involved. But
Yeah.
bitches just sit there taking up real estate.
Real estate.
Real estate.
Thank
Real
you.
estate?
She just
Real estate.
realty. I couldn't.
Reality.
She's just sitting there. She's taking up my reality because she's a weird little kid. She's probably 16. She's a weird person. She sits there and she doesn't do anything.
I thought
just
no one's supposed to
stares.
sit on the couch. Didn't
Well,
you
I
have
mean,
that rule?
No, I mean, you sit on the couch. You know, that's the mom girlfriend wait couch. But
Or if
like,
it was the don't read the comics. What was that?
yeah, don't
There's a
fucking
rule.
read a comic. This ain't a
Don't
goddamn
read the
library.
comic.
I'm
Yeah.
over your ass as
That's what it
quick as I
was.
see you bring a stack over there. I'm like, what the fuck you doing?
Okay.
Like I have two kids again, they're probably in their 20s. I have these two guys that come in on the weekends sometimes and they just sit there and I go, can I help you? They're like, no, we're just chilling. I said, yeah, no, I'm not a
Going to Chili,
library.
see?
Yeah.
And they were like, well, we're gonna shop. I was like, but you're not though. You're sitting. Get up. Shop.
Do they know the
Yeah.
actual library has books?
No, I think they're stupid because they're kids.
What are the
Comic books that
couches
you can-
for?
For customers who are waiting for it's the mom girlfriend waiting couch.
Is there like some signage just as like waiting room or something?
No, because you put look, even if it Jordan, you have worked in many jobs. You know for fuck's sake, if I was to put up a giant neon sign with dancing girls swirling their titties around it
Yeah.
said "Do not sit on couch," they're gonna miss
no
it
one.
completely.
Yeah, they're.
I'm
people
a
sit on
still
my
sit on the
couch.
couch.
Because customers are
Tell
innately
me what to do. It's a free country.
customers are innately not
Smart.
well that too, but
They don't read.
aware of their surroundings. It's like
Yes.
watching a person walk into Disneyland and assuming they're in Disneyland, everything is safe, and then they trip on a curb and fall.
Because they have no
Like-
situational awareness. It's just,
You're just
like,
like,
Ah,
you know there's still curbs here because this
Yeah.
isn't fake.
Yeah.
Do you have a crying room for how long Mom's a Girlfriend we've been doing a comic show? Yeah, it's called The Opening of the Room.
They do, but it's just filled with more comics.
It's just-
Oh.
I just
Put
I
them in the annex.
I told you about the guy that broke the shelf, right?
This sounds familiar, but refresh our memories.
I don't think
in case.
I heard this.
We have this guy that's been coming in the last 6 months, and he's really annoying. Like, you have to be really annoying that if not only I am bothered, but my boss is bothered.
Oh.
So, like, when we both come together on something and we're like, yeah, that guy's really fucking weird, or as my boss was, he's a fucking knob. That's his term when it comes to anything that he doesn't, anyone who's like, or a wanker, because he's English, so I get to hear these English colloquialisms all the time. So he comes in. I said it wrong. Just fucking go with it.
I said it wronger.
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 Longer.
So he's like a short Southern man with the largest curly fro, white dude, and he likes to wear cowboy hats, but he's trying to like get that
Really
fro
fit it
underneath,
under
and
there,
it's just
and it
kind of like,
won't.
ooh, it's not
just-
working for you. It sticks out like Pippi Longstocking style, and it's he talks like this, but occasionally
Oh.
the accent will drop, which I think is very funny. I'm just like, so that's not real. It's like-
Oh.
And he
okay.
wears-
He's just playing a character.
I have no idea. He's probably in
I'm
his
gonna
late
fuck with you.
30s. He wears the tightest skinny
Pants.
jeans and little bitty cowboy boots because you can hear him like he's like he's like a very weird
What a
individual.
character.
And he comes in anyway. So he comes in and goes, I like comics. Great. Never
You're in the
bought a
right place,
goddamn
sir.
thing from me. I'm just like, I don't know what to talk. He's just like, can I talk to you about Spider-Man? Oh, I wish you wouldn't. Because I feel your conversation is going to be awful. So I wasn't there one day. Make a long story short, too late. Paul heard a crunch in the back of the store, which was clearly something breaking. So Paul got up, was just like, and he said the guy just kind of walked away. He was over in the store, and he walked over and he was like, he saw that the shelf had been broken, as if someone was to take their little itty bitty cowboy booted shoe and put it on there to try and reach a taller level or a taller shelf, and it
ladder.
broke without a ladder. Or here's a tidbit: ask the employee for help. It's very simple.
Yeah.
I have ladders all over. I'm super tall. I'll just get that down for you.
Yeah.
So Paul said, "Did you break my shelf?" And he said he looked at him and goes, yeah, that was me. He's like, so were you gonna tell me? And he's like, just stand there, slack-jawed local. So fucking Paul went out, got some tools to fix it, came back in, and the guy came up to Paul and he was like, "Oh, I just want to apologize. I didn't mean to." Paul said he turned and goes, "Well, you know what doesn't fix my fucking shelf? An apology." It's like the guy fucked off. Now, if you lovely people who have common sense, if you were to ever do something like that in a store, would you ever come back?
No, God, no.
No,
If I broke
I
it?
have to
That-
move out of the area.
That place is
code.
dead to me now.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I think I would come forward and be like,
No, but after that exchange, do you ever
"Oh,
go back into that store?
probably not."
Yeah. I think
I'd
Shane
go
said
up
the
to
same
you
thing
and
you
tell
said.
you what I
think
did, and
Shane
then,
was like, "I'll move to Glendale. I'll never come back in here."
5 mile radius. I am just not allowed in. It's a black hole of
Yeah.
Burbank in LA.
This motherfucker comes back in the next day. And Paul was like, "Really?" And we can't be like, "Sir, you're not welcome here. You broke
Yeah.
our shit, and then you're fucking weird." Like, you talk to the customers, they don't want to talk to you, but you don't have body
Oh,
cues to be
no.
like, this person clearly doesn't want me to talk to them. And I still have yet to figure out how to approach someone and not be mean about like, "Hey, maybe leave somebody else alone."
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, maybe
Just-
fuck off.
yeah.
I feel
Guy
like
out
if
there
he
looking
came
for
back
community.
and
but
was
he
just like,
But he
How's
came
your
in a
shelf?
couple weeks ago, and he came in at like 6:52, and I close at 7. And I told him when he walked in, I was just like, "Hey, just an FYI, I do close at 7, so you've got about 5 minutes." "Oh, okay." But he's always on his phone, video conferencing with somebody. And 7 rolled around. I was like, "Hey, you know what, bro? It's time to go." And he was like, "Oh, were you closed?" "Yeah. Remember when you came in and I said I closed in 5? "Oh, well, on the phone it says you open till 8. Yeah, that's incorrect. But on the phone, it says you open to 8. I was like, right, but I'm closed now. So
Yeah, but what's your posted hours?
it's what I just said. Yeah, that's
Then
yes.
it's
It doesn't matter.
your posted hours are
Google
there.
Google hasn't been updated.
Yeah,
Google can't be updated. They want to charge us.
yeah. Google always is
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I've
Um,
learned to just not depend on Google solely.
Oh yes, and I feel the whole
Yeah.
world should stop. Make it
Yeah.
again. Long story too short, but like, but anyway, he is a vlogger. So he went on his Insta leaving this. I just love the House of Secrets. It's the best shop in Burbank. I can't wait to keep going there. You know, I love comics, y'all. Seriously?
It's just for
Stop
show.
it. Stop it. We don't want
So
your
it's-
support.
It's all a bit.
It's-
That is his internet personality.
Yeah.
It is so annoying. And I don't know what to do with this person.
He's literally a character from I Think You Should Leave.
I don't know what those words mean.
Oh,
It's a sketch comedy show on not sketch comedy. It's a comedy show on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson.
I thought it was funny.
No, I
I
love
just
it.
I just couldn't.
Yeah.
He's
Super
just
dry and awkward.
my
Oh.
favorite
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
humor.
Yeah.
Me and Paul had like, and I'm not trying to be a dick. Like, well, I mean, I sound like I'm being a dick right now, but like, me and Paul actually had
No,
a sit down conversation. We were like, what do we do with this person? Like, because we don't want to be mean, and also like, oh, apparently we hated it. That sounds appropriate.
It's fine.
I don't like awkward humor. It's very upsetting to me.
Okay.
But like, I guess this is my question to you. Like, how do you handle this? Like, I've tried to be nice. I've even gone a little firm with it. But like, it gets to the point where you're like, I don't know what to say to you other than get the fuck out.
Oh, I don't know. I tell
But I
people I'm
can't say that
uncomfortable.
because in the world of Yelp now, I have to be as nice can be, because this customer is always right thing has become a thing on there, which I do agree with. The customer is always right. But if you're an asshole, maybe you're not right.
What if he
I
stated
don't
that
know.
other customers are uncomfortable? It's out of your hands. You've just been
I
told
mean,
it.
maybe. I don't know. It's just it's a weird world that I function throughout.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
So-
I
tough.
mostly would just limit all interactions.
Oh, I don't talk to him if I don't have to. Like, he
Yeah,
comes in and says, "Good morning." I'm like, I just go,
Also, tell him not to record in the store.
Well, he didn't record in the store, but like, it was clearly a photograph of the store, but like over a
like
green
outside.
screen, and is, you know, like one of those things. Like, if he was to hold up a little microphone, I would not have been surprised. You know what I mean?
I don't know where
But-
mine is, but I have.
But
one.
he did not have that many views. I'm like, clearly you're not good at this. I mean, but you know, he's a writer.
And neither are we.
Yeah, well,
If that's
we
the
had-
barometer,
I mean, we're better than he is. We have
Yeah.
friends.
It's
he's
true.
talking to somebody.
He's talking to his mom. I just didn't want to throw him under the bus.
Burn. Yeah, the world's full of weird people.
No.
Yes.
I hate to break it to you. We're 4 of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like I'm a weird person to somebody.
we're all
Yeah.
weird.
Steph-
We're
Yeah,
all
we're
Steph,
weird
you're
people
weird to
too.
us.
Steph, it's fundamentally weird that we're 4 people who go on camera and just talk to each other in front of other people.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, we
no,
more or less
that's fine.
have
I
a conversation. We have a private conversation in front of others
And we
who are watching
subject
us.
them to watch.
And some
just
of them
like-
pay for it.
Like, I'll just remember some interactions with random people. Like
Fools.
example, the other day when I was getting a car wash at Costco, the guy who was like marking the thing goes, "Oh, I like your card plant, and I like your shirt, and I dig your hair. I like this." And I was like, "Thanks." And I was
That's
like-
a lot.
Have a nice day. And then he checked my thing and I went to the car wash. But it was just like I like this. I was like, cool.
I wish I
Or
could
like
be
that
that
one
way.
interaction that like
Oh,
Uh,
but I thought you had the strut, Anthony.
This fucking guy. It's too complicated to explain again.
it's just it was like what is it? The hometown buffet interaction I told you guys about, where the guy was just like, "Hey, is that a what is like? Is that a gamer? Are you? He goes, oh, I like your tattoo. Are you a fucking nerd? And I was just like, are you able? I was
That's
like,
aggressive.
It's very aggressive.
yeah, no. He was like, are you a fucking nerd? And then he showed his arms, and it was just like Mario mushroom and some other stuff. And
Oh,
I
he
was
was just
like, I
excited.
could have been fucking anyone, but you felt comfortable enough to be like this. And
Well-
I mean, I'm also welcoming, so
Well, also, Steph, you're a local celebrity. Stefano,
Yeah.
That's
known at your veterinarian office.
What
Uh,
up, Mia?
Yo, what's
yeah,
up, Mia? How you
In
doing?
case you're watching, what's up? I'll meet you one day.
Hit that
One day I'll
subscribe
shout you
button.
out in there.
Smack that subscribe button.
Like and follow.
If you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
Peel off a buck for us.
Woo.
Uh,
Yeah.
no, like
Yeah, man.
I do honestly wish I could be more like that person who is just like, oh, I like this about you. I like this about you. Everything you're doing is cool. I like this.
Yeah.
To a stranger, I have these thoughts. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, I like that person's hair. I like this person's jacket. I like whatever, whatever, whatever.
Yeah.
But because I am generally insecure, and because I always think, well, if I did it, I'm absolutely going to come off as a creep, especially if it's a woman, that I
Yeah.
just don't say anything because I
That's-
don't want to be that guy.
That's wild to me because you will talk to anyone in any line we have sat in.
I will continue a conversation with anybody, but I will initiate almost never.
Fair enough,
Oh.
but I'm the opposite. I will compliment someone, and when they want to continue the conversation, I'm like,
Nope.
oh no, that was it. Wait, no, I was brightening your day.
You
I have done
convo
it,
tease.
and I would like to go now because I really don't care. But I did want to let you know your hair is cool.
And that's
Cared
why
enough to compliment your hair, but now I'm excusing myself.
you two are such good friends. Leland compliments them. Anthony swoops in and continues the conversation.
That has absolutely happened.
Really?
Yes,
There you
I'm pretty
go.
sure in a not scary line somewhere, you've made a comment and I've continued a conversation.
Yeah, because I'm like, nah, I did my good. I'm out. I don't want to talk to you.
He's the ultimate
Yeah.
wingman.
There you go.
Leland's a solid wingman.
I was actually talking about this. I don't remember. I talked to a lot of people. Oh, it was probably Scott
Begrudgingly.
because not that's not always. I enjoy talking to my family. No, I was talking to Scott earlier this week about like and I've talked about this before, but like I wear that sign on my face that says, "Please tell me your life story." I care. I don't. I want this interaction to be over so fast. I just want to buy the acai bowls and get the fuck out of this Robux. But
Oh.
you now, in a very small time frame, I now know that you're unemployed. Well, you're clearly employed, but you're unhappy. You live with your three sisters in one bedroom with one bathroom, and you hate them all. And because they always tell you when you become adults with your siblings, you'll be friends. It's not always true. I didn't know how to respond to this bitch. I was just like, that sounds rough.
That's
Can I give you money now? Like,
so
I want
specific.
I want to go. This all happened on Sunday morning. I did not know what to do with this information.
And
I just-
sometimes it happens. They unload.
These trauma
and
dump.
I show some base empathy, and then I leave, and
Yeah.
then it all washes off.
My therapist says because I'm the caregiver role that I must give off that energy,
You got big teddy bear energy.
which is
True.
something I don't want.
Yeah. You do.
You really do, yeah.
Resting Leland face. Eh,
We had this conversation before of who we've considered approachable. Like, I'll ask you for directions and I won't ask you for directions.
Well, Steph is queen of like, please talk to this person,
It's true.
and this is how Steph shows up with the best stories because
This is true. I'll admit to this because
Yeah.
I have I've attracted different types of people.
I would say
It
Steph the
always
best.
become a story at some point.
I think like if like we're in a group setting, Okay, let's just go with Disneyland as an
Example.
thank you. I wanted to say analogy, and I'm like, that's not an analogy at all. Like we're in a group setting. Let's say we're lost or we don't know when the times of something is, and let's pretend for the moment that I don't know these things. But if I have no problem walking up to a worker and asking a question,
Yeah, me neither.
but a random stranger, I'll send Steph because
Yeah.
she's cute. And she'll ask in a high voice,
Thanks.
and people will be Steph could do that, like, oh hi, excuse me, I have a question, and everyone's gonna go, oh, I do it though, and it looks like, oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, we walk up to
You
you
know
and go,
what?
excuse me, with your deep voice. Excuse me, I have a question.
I have a question. Ooh woo.
No, I'm sorry, what did you just say? I do woo woo. Have I ever done a woo woo with
No.
you? I mean,
I don't think
Only
so,
when we went to
ever.
that ICP concert.
I don't even get that reference, but I get that reference. The only woo woo I know is whistle tone, son.
Was to go woo woo.
Oh,
I feel
okay.
it's the second time
Excuse
you've
me, sir,
referenced
are you
Insane
about to
Clown
do a-
Posse in the last 5 weeks.
Really? Why would we do such a thing?
I don't remember a previous time.
No, but if I have to ask and I've done this at the store, or if I'm in a Target, and you know what it is, I will say I am approachable. I will resend some of the stuff I'm saying, because I have no fear if I have to ask someone random what color something is in a store if I'm buying clothes. I have done it multiple times, and I have no fucks to give about it. I will walk up to an employee, or I will look for the nicest looking woman
Steph.
that looks like a Steph energy. I'll walk and be
Closest
like,
Steph energy.
I'll be just like, hi. I turn up the voice a little bit, like, hi, have a question. Colorblind. What is this?
Mm.
And most people be like, oh, that's brown. Thank you. And then I'll walk away.
Yeah.
Has anyone not been like
Nice to you.
No.
courteous?
No, because as Scott says, when you have a disability, people turn to they can't be mean about it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm
Yes.
thinking.
Yeah, I hope
So
not.
what-
It's not like it's
Oh.
a joke.
Absolute monster.
He can't see color.
Yeah.
I'll help it. Yeah. Or they're
Yeah.
assholes and they
I'm
go,
a
no,
hero
man.
today. I helped the colorblind guy.
Or because colorblind people matter too. Or you could be a total dick and be like, oh no, that's pink.
Oh,
And
and
it's-
lie.
Or you could lie.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's blue. No, of course that goes well with those pants.
Have you ever gotten, oh no, I too am colorblind.
Yes, Jet, it has happened. I have asked a gentleman once, and he goes, I am also colorblind. I'm like, aha, well, we are 60%. Okay. Catch you
And
later.
then you guys did
Oh.
your secret colorblind handshake.
No, because we can't tell.
Yeah.
Because the white just,
Because the cones and rods in our eyes don't do the thing they're supposed to be doing.
like a
Yeah, as much as I
Tyrannosaurus
don't-
situation. You have to move for me to see you.
As much as I get surprised that like when I remember that you're colorblind, I also realize that I also know 2 other people who are, and I'm just like, oh, this is actually
Are they
more common
dudes?
than I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very,
Almost always dudes.
it's always men. Yeah.
All white
Okay.
dudes.
All white dudes.
It's the inbreeding.
It is. It is the inbreeding. Yes.
Listen, between the royal families and the South in general, we all got a touch of the inbred.
No.
Ooh, yeah.
Should I pull up the list?
Sure,
Yeah,
go
the
ahead,
only
pull up
bread
the
I want
list.
is garlic, man.
Did you say I want garlic?
I said the
I-
only bread
I
I want
could-
is garlic.
I could go for some
That's what I
garlic
said.
bread. Yeah.
I said I
All right,
like
while
garlic
Leland
bread.
is pulling up the list, has anyone gone to KFC lately?
No.
Leland,
No.
don't.
No.
No.
Oh, I have a thing
bitch.
to tell you after
Really?
this. I have something to share.
Okay, go ahead, Steph.
But I didn't. I told this fact to Jordan on Friday. I was talking to a coworker and we were talking about like food situations, right? And I didn't know about this, so obviously it's been debunked. But
Oh.
like she was just kind of talking about like all these little food things. So she was talking about Chuck E. Cheese pizza and how the Chuck E. Cheese, like if the Chuck E. Cheese pizza, if the slices don't match, it's because they like combined all the extra slices to make a full slice or something like that, right? She just started bombing random stuff, right? So that was number one story. Apparently
That's
it's been
upsetting.
debunked.
That's not true.
Apparently
That
it's
is
been
not
debunked.
true.
It's not
No,
true.
I'm
It's
sure
not
it's
true.
not, but the theory behind it is
It's
very
wild.
upsetting.
Yeah, it's wild. It's all the
The truth
leftover
makes
pizza to
all
make a
the
full
sense.
pizza. Just the fact that that was even a thing to conversate, like that was even something that like someone thought of is wild. So the next thing she tells me is Domino's. And again, correct me if I'm wrong. I just thought this is wild. She goes, they have a dump bucket. And I was like, a what? She goes, they have a dump bucket. And I was like, what does that mean? She goes, like, you know, when like you're like putting toppings on a pizza and like the toppings fall, like they put it in this dump bucket. And then at the end of the shift, there's like some person that like goes
Takes
through
home?
and sorts all the
God,
stuff
no.
that was in the dump bucket. And I was like, there's cross contamination. Like I don't understand why that would even be a thing if that
Not a
did
thing.
exist. Like that, I find that so wild. And then we were just talking in general about like just food things. Like my biggest thing is like I can't stand to see a waiter or someone who cooks food with their apron on and not in the kitchen. That bugs me. Because and I know I
You don't
repeated
want
this
that
several
apron
times.
to leave the kitchen.
Yes. Like
This feels like inside outside clothes.
well,
Mhm.
okay, think of it this way. So at Jamba Juice, we were told
Steph, we
I
get
know.
it.
I bring it up every
You
time.
work-
I know.
You worked
I
at
know.
Jamba Juice.
I know. Ask me a recipe, I'll tell you.
We all have it
Um,
memorized now.
I know. So our aprons, once we left the food area, we took them off. Like you would never see that apron with someone smoking or that apron on someone when they left the bathroom or etc. You would just never see that. And how
Yes.
I always see it now is you're cooking, you're touching stuff, you wipe your apron, the whole outside, inside thing, it bugs me. You just touch this. It's had places around it.
It's true. It's
that
like bringing your
bothers
apron
me.
into the men's bathroom. You know, you go for a little tinkle winkle. You know, it might get a little splashback. You don't know. You go, you wash your hands, you go inside, but you're still wearing that same apron. And as you're cooking, you wipe your hand on your
You
apron.
swipe your hand.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. I don't want to see an apron come out of the bathroom. But if an apron comes out from the kitchen area, brings me my food and goes back in, I have no issues with that.
I feel they should have an apron on because it's got pockets to put pins and the order thing, and they can.
But waitresses don't go into the cooking area in
No,
general.
Yeah.
are waiters not allowed to go in there either?
I mean, it gets crowded. That's why they kind of serve it over that.
Okay, well, okay, let's
There's
say
food.
server, because when you say
and-
waitress,
yeah.
I really think you mean only women aren't allowed to go into the kitchen.
Oh, no,
And we know that's not true. There are many, many
No.
women who are servers and chefs and all sorts of things. So you mean in servers in general typically do not go all the way in the kitchen. They do that little aisle situation where they grab the food where the cook is behind them doing things.
That just keeps the area less cluttered.
Correct. Yeah. I just want to clarify that's what you meant, so I understood what you were talking about.
No, also
I
women
like an
aren't
apron.
allowed.
But also stay the fuck out of my kitchen. I like an apron. I wear one when I cook occasionally. I like to wipe shit on it. It makes me feel manly.
Yes, but Steph is upset when an apron leaves the kitchen area.
So
Yeah,
Steph, when you're saying
to
when
a
you come up and
bathroom
I'm making ribs, I have to keep my apron on in the kitchen, and anytime I walk out of the kitchen, I have to take it off.
Yeah.
You better buckle the fuck up because it's my house.
Well, then I'll get my seatbelt and strap in.
Yeah.
She's
They
following
got the
directions.
You know, I was one of those people that had a seatbelt belt. I had a Cadillac
course you
seatbelt belt.
Anthony, did you have
I
a
thought it was
seatbelt
cool.
belt? You look like the type.
I don't like what you're inferring.
Like if we were at Comic-Con and you saw one that had like a cool, I don't know, crow pattern on it, I could see you picking that up right there. Like spur of the moment kind of thing.
No, because I wasn't a Hot Topic kid in the millennium. I was in the 90s, so I had studded leather belts.
It's too far away. I can't reach it, but it's still on my pants that I wore today. Like I've been rocking that belt since college.
Ain't nothing wrong with the studded leather belt.
It's pure. It's good leather. It's lasted for 25 years. Yeah, we used to go to Hot Topic when it was scary.
Oh, when it didn't have as much lights as it is now?
Yeah.
When it's not as bright?
No,
It
you
was
would
much
walk
more
by.
goth industrial metal.
Yeah.
When you'd
Yeah, I
walk by,
remember
you
that.
hear the screams coming out of there. I'd be like, "Oh, I can't go in there."
That was just Danny Filth on the newest Cradle of Filth album.
It's just like, dude, yeah. So on the, I mean, let's be honest, everyone's just gonna pick 69, so I'll just read it.
This is what you did to him, everybody.
Yeah, I'll just stop.
This is
I'll
what
just
you've
stop.
done to Leland.
I'll just stop caring. If you had to have a doodle permanently tattooed on your face, what do you think would be the easiest to live with?
Define doodle.
Does it matter where?
I read the question it is, so now we can discuss what you
Alright, so
think
we have
doodle
to
is.
define what a
Matter where.
doodle is. So a doodle, I would say, by definition, is a rough sketch of some kind of art piece.
So
Yeah.
say not like, how about this? It's in between a Charles Manson and what's the boxer guy?
Mike Tyson.
Yes, it's somewhere in
Tyson.
between those. One is clearly fucking just a pen doodle, and one is
One's a prison tat.
one is an art piece. Yeah.
Okay. It sounds real dumb, but I Googled doodle just so I could see what kind of art it gave me. And it just gave me really simple.
Is a very generic.
Very
term.
Yeah,
simple.
very
Yeah.
simple, bubbly art.
I would
I've-
It's a generic term.
I would have
It is also more than what you're seeing, Steph. I'm sorry, Jordan.
it's cool. I would just have two L's like right here. So when I open my mouth, it says LOL.
Fuck you.
Jesus Christ.
But that implies that you have to laugh like this. Ooh, which just looks really like a sex doll.
What's it look like, Leland?
Sex doll.
That's so stupid.
It looks like Anthony's sex doll Tammy.
You are dumb as hell.
Oh my god, that's so dumb.
These are so cute.
I don't know, like a little shape maybe.
Yeah, I'd get a little heart or
Ooh,
or a
I'll get
little
a
loopy.
Teardrop heart
I'll get a teardrop.
for all the men I killed.
Me and Dominic Mysterio for the 15 minutes we spent in jail. We did a little teardrop.
I'd
I don't know,
do a
like
little heart like right here.
Yeah, I would do one right here.
maybe like a star.
Right here. Or a star. Or
Ooh,
What about like a
beauty mark. Just a dot. Does that count?
No,
this
it's
is
not
my
a doodle.
this is my
Like a-
Marilyn Monroe dot.
like a Monroe.
It's not a doodle. It's just a dot. Steph, I could see you actually doing and pulling off Kat Von D.
Oh, with the
Kat,
stars?
Yeah, she's got
The
kind of like a
stars
little
right here?
starry
I
pattern
always
that
thought
goes
those looked sick.
like a little
Yeah.
into the hairline. I think you could
Yeah.
rock that.
Sounds fun. I think I would do
You do it on the shape
either
side.
hearts. Yeah, like right in there.
Yeah,
It's like right there.
exactly.
Even if I did and I got over it, I would just grow my hair out.
Yeah, you
You'd
just grow
never
your
see
hair
it
out.
again
Exactly,
unless I
yeah.
wanted to. Like, hey guys, big reveal, it's back.
we have a customer who he's a rock star of I don't know, it's hard to explain. He's not famous, but like he has like this yellow stars that go all the way down,
Oh,
Huh.
and they're on his arms, but
Oh,
they're
wow.
like good sized stars.
oh, like really, really big stars.
They're very like, oh. It's like,
I knew a dude. He had like blackbirds. No definition to them, just black silhouettes of birds.
okay.
Well, I always
Uh,
wanted those.
He had a straight murderer's convention of blackbirds,
Oh, God.
starting on one leg, moving up that leg across his body, and I think like to a shoulder.
Ooh,
That's a lot of
that's
space.
a lot of fill in black. Oh my goodness.
And how jealous of that tattoo have you been?
So jealous. So incredibly jealous. But I was very disappointed because I asked him about it at one point. I'm like, hey, like, do you know how many there are? Because I'm thinking like this has got to have some kind of significance. This is a
Yeah, I
large.
would want a specific number if I was gonna go that big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, no. I'm like, well, does it mean anything in general? He goes, not really. And I just felt a little piece of me die. I'm like,
Oh,
no,
man.
I
I
really
think he
worked up
just
a
didn't
lot
want
of
to.
story.
I just don't think he wanted to tell you.
It is possible because he was
Yeah.
also that kind of guy who like fucked with people and he had a very dry delivery
Oh.
to everything he said.
Yeah.
And I was too distraught to ever bring it up again. And I only knew him for a short time of maybe 1.5 to 2 years tops. We were all in the same game group. And so I've never seen him since. So I don't know. Like my mind, like all my tattoos have reference and some meaning, even if it is very basic. I don't get or even consider tattoos for myself that don't refer to something. In a simplest version, even the section across my back has some kind of reasoning for it.
Oh well, yeah, that's because you loved like a prayer.
Yep. No further questions.
I just thought of a really cool one for me. Just a
What
little,
would that be?
just a little Metroid right there.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah,
That'd be really cute.
Like doing the spin.
you're thinking Samus.
This motherfucker don't know
Oh
what a
yeah,
Metroid
you're thinking
is.
the little
Yeah.
Wait,
alien.
is-
Little alien.
Metroids are the aliens.
That
oh.
thing right there.
I don't know if any of us can actually
Bring
see
it
that
up
well
so he
enough.
could actually
No,
see
it's
it.
okay,
'Cause
it's
it looks
okay.
kind of wild. It looks wild when it's on camera. Because you don't realize how big that thing is. I didn't know that existed, so I bought. Yeah. It's like a little alien.
Oh, so those are the things she fights.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. To
Metroid.
this day, I guess I never wondered why it was called Metroid. I just figured that was just the cool name they came up with,
Yeah.
and that was it. That was
It's
all I
the same
needed.
it's the same as calling it alien.
Yeah, I guess
It's
it's
a
just
little
alright.
alien. It looks. It's so cool.
Oh no.
The feeling of it
now
is
Jordan's
fun.
got a brain slug.
Jordan, I challenge you at Halloween to come as the lady.
Sam.
Samus.
I wanted to say Seamus. I was like, that's not
Seamus.
You're
Okay.
so close.
The wrestler
say
combined with her.
Seamus Arrayus.
Yes.
That's not nothing.
Yes.
Let's for a second say money no object. Jordan is coming as Samus.
Okay.
But we choose. Do we put him in that skin tight Zero suit, or do we get
Yes.
the armor made for him?
I would put him in the armor because I think he would have more fun personally playing with the gun and the gadgets.
Still get a gun.
No, but I mean, like, I could see Jordan sitting there like the whole podcast, just like
Oh, with the.
doing whatever she does. I'm gonna imagine Iron Man parts because that's what I think of it. Like you like open things up, boop, 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 you know, close it. It's
Like a pit boy?
I don't what? Like there's we've seen tons of sci-fi products where they always like flip out like a
Yeah,
thing and they
it's not.
It's a trope.
It's like a holographic panel on her. on
Yeah,
her gun.
Oh, okay.
yeah, so that's I imagine he would enjoy more the armor, but I think you want to see him in the skin tight outfit because it'll just amuse you more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jordan, which would you, given the option, choose?
I feel like it would be hard to be sitting in the power armor, but I would
Yeah,
like to
the
have it.
Fair enough.
bodysuit would
But
be
only
more
from waist up,
comfortable,
remember.
But yes.
But what if we were going to a Halloween like a costume party?
And I show up in the full power armor.
It'd be really funny.
It'd be awesome.
It would be
They're
really
both
fun.
differently awkward.
but one is more awkward for the rest of us. The other
And
one
the
is
other
awkward
is-
for
yes,
him.
exactly.
I only have one hand to do stuff with. Like,
Oh, that's right. Oh, does her gun stay there permanently? She can't like mold it to like
Yeah.
a nebula situation.
no, no.
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
It's like a Mega Man thing.
Mega Man, right? No, but can't Mega Man pull
Yeah,
his hand in?
yes, Mega Man
Yeah?
can
Okay.
pull his hand in and out of his
How that
buster.
works, who the fuck knows? But it doesn't matter.
Robot magic.
Yep.
Yeah. Steph, money's no object. What costume are you coming as?
Hmm.
All right. While she's thinking, Anthony, do you have an answer?
Yeah, let me think.
Only
Money's no
because I watched it
option.
recently. The Dracula red armor, red like fox headed, fucking with the giant ears, all looking like muscle. Suit of armor.
I know in which one you speak, so yes.
Yes,
Trying to
and
think.
with accompanying sword,
Well, obviously.
obviously.
Leland.
Oh, Skeletor.
Yeah.
Straight up. Fucking.
Fuck me, Leland. Please
Who would
is
be-
is all right. You don't have to promise. But is Skeletor on your list of costumes for this year?
Skeletor is always on the list of costumes every
Okay.
year, and it never works out because I just don't feel comfortable. Well, also because like, which one?
Oh, I don't know.
So for me, because I'm such a Motu fan, I will have a hard time deciding. I would probably do a combination of all parts of ones that I enjoy and make my own. But then it would just be because no one really cares. Everyone's just gonna know you're a skeleton with a hood. You're Skeletor. It don't matter.
I mean,
At the end of the day, it's what it is. Unless it's bright yellow, and then you're that's Skeletor versus Death. You know.
yeah.
Or if I had the body, Disco Skeletor from the movie itself, the gold lame outfit at the end.
That's what I was gonna say. Like there's one costume I would respect the most if you did, and that's the Frank Langella.
Oh yeah. Now I would do his evil
gold
version.
final form.
Yeah, I would do the pre-final form. He's got glittery fingernails for some reason. I always was tickled. I was like, why do you have? Okay.
Who would I wanna be?
Steph, which Kingdom Hearts princess character are you coming as?
Well, I've always wanted to pull off Sora. 2, I would want to be Kirby somehow. I don't know how that would be.
I think that's actually quite doable, personally.
No, I tried to think of how I was going to do that before when I was trying to think of how to do Kirby, and I didn't know if I was just going to turn myself into a big, round, giant costume, or if I was just going to make Kirby head with the feet where my chin is.
That's,
And then
Oh,
the
the,
mouth
easy.
is
that's the
Kirby.
one to go for.
Still
That's the most
very realistic
horrifying
with
one
my
you could do.
mouth, but this is like the fake eyes. So you'll see this
Uh-huh.
as the mouth with little feet right
I
here.
hate it already.
Oh no, I 100% endorse this.
I hate
Believe me,
it
I've
so
tried.
much.
I'm trying to figure out how to be Kirby and how I could pull that off.
Does he have arms?
Little arm.
Yeah.
You would have things up here as well,
Yeah,
then,
I would
like flippers.
for like reference. I would have my mouth be my actual mouth, little arms that flap probably like right here, and then the little feet right here. But
Yeah.
I just thought my real mouth would be too much. But like you would see me talking, so it would be like.
No, I think
you
it'd be
know,
great because then you paint yourself all pink, right? And you do big eyes.
Oh god.
Yes.
Yep.
I've even tried to see how I could do it makeup wise to pull it off. Also, still want to pull off what's his name?
Teddy Perkins.
Teddy Perkins.
Oof.
If I had the fucking prosthetics to make that and the robe, 100% I would do it. I tried. I told you. I attempted. Still looked fucking terrifying, but no one would know who I was referencing at all. Even if I was like, Darius would like some water or whatever he said, like no one would fucking know what I was saying unless I had the green screen with
Right.
Darius right next to me.
No, you just be Teddy Perkins, and the people who do know, they'll feel
They
that
know.
they'll feel that cold tingle in their spine when they recognize who you are.
Oh man.
That was the
really
greatest.
did try.
That was the greatest, one of the best conversations we had. When I was like, "Yeah, I watched something called Atlanta," and George was like, "You watched Teddy Perkins, didn't you?" Like, you didn't even give it like a second. I wasn't even
You
finished
were
with it. I was
too
just like,
afraid.
"Yes,
Mhm.
yes."
There was too much fear in your voice to not know exactly what you were talking
You were
about.
like, I was so scared.
Like,
Steph,
Ah.
I would like to proposition this Kirby idea, and you do the head as Kirby, but the rest of your body, you got to do something with it. You make
She
the
went
rest of your
pink.
body a big Game Boy Color, and the screen
oh, and
is
like a
framing
big
your
box.
head,
Okay, well, this
so it
got
looks like
complicated.
you were. It's not
Yeah,
that
see, don't get me wrong. My imagination with these with costumes, they go real big, but then I start wondering how I'm gonna maneuver and everything, which makes
Green
it a
screen.
bit complicated.
Well, if we're doing it for the show, green screen here down, everything else is just a Photoshop image.
Yeah.
And you
Okay.
just do makeup for your face. And that way you could
Okay.
like literally move across the screen.
I could totally be Kirby in the galaxy right now. This
Yeah.
is it. Just have an imagination
You've got the
I will
Green Man
try.
suit.
One of
I
the
will
funniest
try.
things last year for Halloween was when Steph tried to become the Hulk, and
It was
And,
god awful. Dude,
hold
it
on,
was
this
so
gets better
bad.
for me
A
because it's the
rare
funniest.
miss.
When you and Rovai got in the chat was like, I missed something. Is Steph a ghetto witch? And that was
Oh,
the
he
fucking
said,
funniest
yeah,
thing.
no, I think that was right. He did
Oh
say
no,
ghetto
that is
witch.
100% right because that thing made me laugh for days because it's like, yeah, no, she a ghetto witch, which I challenge
It
you
was
come this year as an actual ghetto witch. It's
It-
like,
I like re-looked at the photos because I remember I was trying to
oh
look.
baby, don't do that.
You look like
It
the
was
weir
bad.
from
It
sixth
was
grade
so
camp.
bad. The makeup was the shit makeup we talked about. It started to crack and disintegrate as the stream got more and more, like, as we were on the stream longer. That like when I went to go wash my face, it just looked like, I don't know, I dipped my face in like green water and there was just residue of green water on my face.
Look,
It was
we
real
have
bad.
all each had one misfired
Yeah,
costume in the
yeah.
last
At least.
I mean, Anthony's
Ugh.
ooh, the Elvira Snooky wig goes down
Which
as
was
it's
funny,
just
but it was okay.
It was so
fine.
sad. Like it was like, who shot your wig?
I did. It was me. I guess I should start maybe contemplating Halloween
Yeah,
costumes.
I
Well,
need to
yeah,
start
because
doing that.
we'll talk about that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So wrap this
we've
shit
got
Yeah.
less than 4 months at this point. So
Yes.
maybe contemplating at this point.
Yeah.
Like I told you, I have
Contemplated.
Contemplated.
I have 3 in mind so far.
Mm.
Which is
In
kind of
fact-
surprising
Is it?
that you would have be like these are 3. Thinking about costumes is not unheard of. That's not
Okay.
weird. It's
Okay.
like I have these 3 that are on a list.
Depending on how our schedules go for October, it's a 5-week October.
Is it?
It is?
It's
But-
5 Tuesdays?
But Halloween is one of those Tuesdays.
Ah.
Okay. That's
Well, the last
we
one.
have
Yes.
talked
Yeah.
about like what we're gonna do.
We'll discuss that off chat.
yeah.
Sure,
We have
sure,
3,
sure.
10, 17, 24, and 31.
How about
Yeah.
that?
Okay.
We'll bring stuff up because we need to start discussing that shit now. So
Okay, cool.
the deal was stream first.
Stream's over.
And talk.
Time for
Stream's
the
over.
next event.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Also,
Well-
we got to decide if what we're going to do for No Swear September, if we're going to mix it up or just do the same dumb thing.
Classic
Yeah.
mode.
Classic.
I'm all for
Maybe
I don't-
they'll
I
have
don't think
new
it's-
beans this year.
I think new rules, but same game.
Oh man, people have so
We-
many points now.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that's a thing we have to address.
Yeah.
Oh, the point
Can-
system.
Me alone have 60,000.
Yeah, where am I at?
we-
I
We could put limits on how many times they can be redeemed.
Yeah.
have
You know what?
105.
This is not for the general. They should not know our thoughts on this because they're the torturers during this.
But we do need to up the difficulty.
Yeah. Okay. We will.
And I think my shot proposition from earlier this year or last year is a win. Anyway, that'll come down much later. No Swear September is always a favorite set of shows
Cute
for me.
shirt, Leland.
Oh, this is my disco drinking.
That's
Yoda
so
shirt.
cute. I love that. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you have enjoyed this ridiculous conversation, thank you so much for hanging out with us. You can find us on the social medias. We are at where, Leland?
On the internet.
By handle and location?
Apps. Is that apps?
I thought you had this written down though.
No, he stopped asking me, so I took it down.
Apps and zerts. I'm all about it.
Apps and zerts. Apps and
It's
zerts.
only been 6 years.
Did you ask me about social medias? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
any place you think of that you go for social medias, we're on there for the most part. Twitter, Twitch.
Vero,
I don't know what that means. IG, Facebook.
Mastodon.
Mastodon.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yep, we're also on the side of a dinosaur. Yeah,
Blue Sky.
Don't know what that is.
It
Steph,
was a
if you
robot
wanted,
that played chess.
Steph, if you wanted to email the podcast, how would they email us?
You can email us your topics and stuff at lorcpodcast@gmail.com.
Now you throw it to me, Steph.
Jordan.
Jordan,
Fetch.
if you wanted to listen to this, where would you go to listen to this?
You can download the podcast from Stitcher.
Okay.
You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast from. We are most likely there. We're even on Audible. I found us on Audible. It's weird, but we're there.
Oh.
Audible.
Yeah, we're on
If you
Audible.
find us, you're obligated to follow us.
Wow.
Yes, absolutely. Follow us on everything. Do it, please.
On all the things.
To do it.
Do it.
Nah.
Spread it. Anthony.
And on those social medias that Leland mentioned, find us at LORC Podcast.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing that's on everything.
Yes.
You put me on the spot and I get nervous and I don't know what to say.
That's how I am.
It should be natural at this point.
I'm nothing natural about me.
Well, you want to do your personal socials first and get them out of the way?
Yeah, sure. You can find me at Leland Pierce Art or Pineapple Pierce on Instagram and Facebook. I mean, sometimes I do art.
You
Mermaid-
had
Mermaid
a
is done.
fantastic. You had a
Mermaid-
fantastic Tina Turner today.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
All
you did.
that. Yeah, it was real
You
good.
put in the extra effort. It shows. I really like that one.
It's so funny that you say that I put in the extra effort for it. Like, it took me like 30 minutes.
And sometimes it works that way.
Yeah.
That's just the experience coming through.
You get in the groove,
Yeah.
you know?
I don't think she looks like Tina more than she looks like a drag queen pretending to be Tina, but the love is there.
Yeah.
Because, you know.
So your animated style doesn't always lend to, character likeness.
Yeah. I don't, you know.
The vibe is there, and that's what
Yeah.
matters.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Jordan, if they were to, does your bottom of your cup say fuck you on it?
What?
Where you been?
I've never seen the man drink tea.
Have a nice day.
He's been using that cup at like.
It's very
Never
cute.
noticed it. I've never noticed it.
It's cute.
All right, Jordan, if they want to reach you on the internet, where would they go?
You can find me on most social media platforms at Jordan is a Bear and on twitch.tv/Jordan is a Bear. That's right. I'm coming back to streaming because the charity stream is finally
Woo!
over. I can focus on me again, and I will be streaming once more Fridays, probably around 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but we'll see what happens. But yes, back to streaming for me.
Yeah.
The end.
That's good.
Steph, what about you?
Hi. You can find me on the internet. At Instagram and Twitter at Stephnoids. That's STPHUHNOIDS. I'm also on Twitch. I stream when I can. Follow me on social media to find out when I go live. Anthony, where can people find you?
And if you want to find me outside of your streaming consciousness, then find me at Spooky the 13th on Instagram and the Twitter. So until next week, I'm Anthony, and in alphabetical order we are.
I'm Jordan.
I'm Leland.
Steph.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.